And for more on this, we're now being joined by Andrew Holland, CEO, Avendus Capital Alternate Strategies, live from Mumbai. So thank you so much for joining us on World Business Watch. How crucial do you think will this week's job data be for the US Federal Reserve's rate path?
Oh, it'll give us a good clue in terms of what that rate cut might be. I think the market's certainly baked in 25 basis points, which however the data comes through. But if the jobs are weaker than expected, then obviously the market will start to bake in 50 basis points. So here's a dilemma, I think, for the market. The market's baking in 100 basis points of cuts by the end of this calendar year. So if the Fed goes with 25 basis points, there would have to be some clear narrative that, the interest rate cuts going forward would be a little bit more aggressive. If that's not the case, then the markets will not like that. If it's 50 basis points with the narrative that incrementally will continue to look at data but the interest rates are heading down, I think the market would like that. I think the biggest worry for everybody is, and you mentioned it in your kind of broadcast as well, is are we behind the curve, and how quickly will the Fed act? Because we still remember, obviously, that about transitory inflation and how wrong that was, and how quickly interest rates has to be increased to bring that under control. So I think that's what the market's looking at. No policy mistake this time, please. And 50 basis points, I think, would have the market, kind of not rejoicing, but feeling comfortable that kind of Goldilocks scenario for the economy will still be in place.
Right. So, in fact, I was just going to come to that, but you've touched on that already. What's your take on the U.S. economy? Will it be a soft landing, or will we see an outright recession? It's a great question. I mean, an inverted bond yield, the 2- and 10-year, usually tells you there's going to be a recession. I think there's a number of factors. The market's saying no in terms of that. But of course, we have the US presidential election, so we don't know what happens after that and what the policies might be for whichever president gets in, and how that might affect the economy in both the shorter term and the kind of medium term. So I don't think we're out of the woods yet for the US economy. It could be a hard landing in the market is expecting. And that's why we had that kind of worry back in August, where the market was saying we need to act quickly, and the Fed needs to act quickly in terms of interest rate reduction. So I think the market's a bit skeptical, even of its own Goldilocks scenario. All right. Well, Mr. Holland, thank you so much for joining us on World Business Watch with your insights on this.
Thank you.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.